The shortest war in history, the Anglo-Zanzibar War. Imagine a war that lasts only 38 minutes. A conflict so brief, it would become the shortest war in history. This is the story of the Anglo-Zanzibar War, fought between the United Kingdom and Zanzibar on the morning of August 27, 1896. Zanzibar, a small island off the coast of East Africa, had long been under British influence, but by the late 19th century, the stage was set for a dramatic confrontation, all sparked by the sudden death of Sultan Hamid bin Thawani. Sultan Hamid lies in bed, pale and still. His court is gathered round him, murmuring in concern. When Sultan Hamid died on August 25, 1896, the balance of power in Zanzibar shifted. The British had hoped to install Sultan Hamud bin Mohammed, a cousin loyal to their interest. But there was a problem. Khalid bin Bargash, the Sultan's nephew, seized the throne without British approval, declaring himself Sultan. The British had backed Hamud, and they weren't going to let Khalid's defiance stand. On the morning of August 27th, the British gave Khalid an ultimatum: surrender by 9 o'clock a.m. or face military action. The message was clear: either step down or suffer the consequences. Khalid refused to comply. A fierce nationalist, he believed that Zanzibar should rule itself, free from British interference. Clock ticking toward 9 o'clock a.m. The camera zooms in on Khalid standing resolutely in his palace, eyes focused. At sunrise, British warships, including the HMS St. George, HMS Raccoon, and HMS Thrush, are anchored. As the clock struck 9:02 a.m., British warships opened fire. The bombardment was swift and overwhelming. The explosion of shells from the warships as they crash into the palace walls, sending debris flying. Smoke fills the air, and the sound of cannon fire rings through. The Sultan's defenses were outdated: few cannons, a small, under-trained army, and no answer to the modern artillery of the British Navy. Khalid, now watching helplessly as his palace burns. His soldiers are retreating, unable to hold their ground. The clock ticks closer to 9:40 a.m. In just 38 minutes, the fighting was over. Khalid's forces were shattered, and the Sultan himself fled to the German consulate, hoping to escape the British wrath. The British flag is raised above the crumbling palace. The war was over before most even realized it had begun. The British installed Sultan Hamud bin Mohammed as ruler, solidifying their control over Zanzibar. The island is quiet now, but the damage is visible. The Anglo-Zanzibar War lasted less than an hour, but its impact was lasting. The British maintained their dominance over Zanzibar until it gained independence in 1963. For Khalid, the defeat marked the end of any serious resistance to colonial rule. The shortest war in history, a testament to the power of imperialism in the late 19th century, and the courage of those who dared to resist, even when the odds were impossible.